Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
That hasn't stopped you in another timeline, Dio. Against me, I had one BP, you blackmailed me to go Ally, and you went betray.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
So not only did you kill me, but you blackmailed me to make it that I died.
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points. Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
This is getting hard now with Kay. I would like to trust him and I would like to think he would do the right thing here. But he has betrayed in the past purely to get the 9 points to leave.
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Better keep your word, Kay.
Remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
No, if he betrays, if Kay betrays and... was it Luna? Allies, Kay would go from 6 BP to 9 BP because in that situation, the person who allied loses 2 BP, the person who betrayed gains 3. Dio, I'm not too sure how many points he has currently. So I'm not too sure his situation. Dio, Kay, Phi and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, and Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into AB room number 1.
"30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes."
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway?
yes.
I know. It's not totally fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Yeah, I've already had to do that and I'm gonna be doing it again. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
If I'm thinking right, this is the last... Yep, this will be the last betray I have. And the rest are just allies.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Okay, no problems, Pickles. Thanks for hanging out for so long. Good to have you in chat again. We'll see you another time. I won't be going for too much longer. Not sure exactly how much longer, but not too much longer. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
Yeah, I'll be back at this point to do the better option later. There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. I know this is the longer one, so maybe they're having something good come out of betray? Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are.
Yeah, we know for us.
It's just simple math.
Yep. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Dio better have allied. Oh. How? They both agreed to ally and then both ended up betraying. 1 and 1. Wow, they were both willing to kill the other one. Fire would have killed Tenmyuji to get off 1 point. So yeah, Dio wouldn't have been able to escape, but he was still willing to kill Fire to get 3 points. They should have defaulted to ally. So how did Alice go to betray? Tenmyuji was partnered with Dio, and Dio did vote, so that's fine. And Quark was partnered with Kay, and Kay voted, so that's fine. But Alice was a solo. She was sleeping on a bed. How has she gone betray?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
And the only ones that we know didn't do the vote is Tenmyuji, because he was looking after Quark, and Alice. Alice and Quark were both sleeping.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
No points changed at all. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. She does almost look like she's still infected with Radical 6 as well. So maybe the cure hasn't kicked in yet or something. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
Oh, she does look recovered.
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Knowing she voted makes my betrayal feel not so bad, but I'd still prefer to ally. Knowing she's gone betray here, will she still go betray when I do ally? Me, a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyuji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible.
But you've woken up very fast.
I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyuji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it?
Not gonna lie, yes.
You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
Yes, I did betray, but because I was thinking it was the worst option.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Now that I know that you've betrayed as well, it doesn't make it so bad, because it stopped us losing 2 points.
Yes.
You're full of self-defense, my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth. How would you know I would choose betray? Because you betrayed us first round?
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fi and Dio. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji.
Yep.
And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
Yep.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start beginning to being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay?
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio?
Well, in that case...
Et tu, Fi?
Yeah, sorry.
Et tu? What? Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away. Clover practically jumped with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up
Ah, yep.
automatically.
The colours.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about an hour 20. 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
We do, freedom. Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy? We do, Zero.
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
Dio. After coming back from the lab, I'd told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Excelivir. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues? Ah. That's right. The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then,
Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tamuji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the ladder.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What's this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Yep.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see that. Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
There is a pattern. The top row repeats on the 3rd line, and on the 5th line, 2nd row repeats on the 4th and 6th lines. That's a pattern.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Yep. Myrmidons. For some reason I felt like I'd heard that name before. We have, because Fire told us about the Myrmidons in the Dio ending.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
Yep. Still got quite a few boxes. We don't know where the scalpel is. She may have. She is the one that found Alice.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
And we know Dio, from another ending, we know Dio is a Myrmidon. Which is where I was guessing that he set the bombs. Because in that ending, Fire was yelling at Dio, what is the deactivation code? Damn. I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does this thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state, or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time for you told us what to do, what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. The last AB game kind of says the opposite. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice. I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
I think I might call it a stream here.